So a viewer from Nisswa wants to talk about education, K-12, or I guess we could say even pre-K to 12. This viewer is very much in support of the governor's education proposal, thinks that should be the direction that we go. He wants to know what's likely to happen in this session. He thinks elementary and secondary education has been underfunded. Let's start with you, Senator Hoffman. We'll go this way around the table. Tell us what your view is on the K-12 bill this year and where it might go.
Absolutely agree. It's been underfunded. It's been underfunded for years. I think there was a Myers study, John Myers study, that was done a dozen years ago that said we were underfunded. Do you remember that? You were part of that. It was $1 billion. And then at the time, there was years of no money, and then we got 4%, and then there was more years of no money, and then we finally started to ramp it up. I love the fact he's coming at 2 and 2. Given the fact that we have a surplus, I'd like to see it go to 3 and 3. That's what our School Boards Association and our Association of School Administrators are saying, to get caught up. And he's also got in there some dollars invested for Help Me Grow, as well as expanding our flexible preschool options that are there, and you're seeing some great private-public partnerships that are going on with that. So I'm glad to see him come out with a good budget on that, and I'd like to see us move in that direction in the Senate, and I hope the House would do the same thing. But we need to keep that, because we know, Barry, that when we invest in our education system in Minnesota, we really do create the best life that we have. And I'm not going back to seeing Wendell Anderson in the 1970s with a nice walleye on the front page of Time magazine, but there's something true about that, and I think that we can continue that tradition and keep it well.
Senator Abel?
Well, and actually, both sides, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, all think education is really important. Yeah. You can't lose that in the middle of all this. And actually, Senator Hoffman and I are working on a working group on the 0 to 5 with the pre-K part. And there are probably 30 programs that some at-risk children are eligible for. And they're layered and layered, and so our effort is to try to make them effective. Focus on getting that little 1-year-old all the way to 3rd grade and be a reader. And many counties, or Dakota County in particular, has been piloting this. We had 60 people in a room today working on trying to make this go better. And there were, and on a bipartisan basis, there were Democrat senators, Republican senators, and it was really good. And so we're trying to help. Can we make everybody work together? Not politically, but even the service providers at the operational level. Can we touch that child in a way that it's going to move him or her to the next level and help them? 3rd grade reading is key, and early literacy is everything. And so if you can move them through and keep them on track, they're going to graduate and they're going to be successful. 70% of people in prisons cannot read. Do you know that? That's amazing. And so when you get together on what you're trying to do, then that's how the monies go further, and I think that's what I have to hope for.
And what's great about that, Barry, is the discussion for outcomes. You're talking about, everybody talks about how you're going to track those outcomes, and there's been really good discussion about data, and how are we really tracking whether or not we're doing the best we can and getting more bang for the buck, and those conversations are coming out of this group, and it's really been exciting to be part of that.
There's a federal program called WIC, and there's something called SNAP, which is food stamps. Those two federal programs cannot tell each other they're serving the same people.
Yes.
Does your head want to explode?
Well, you aren't going to. I can tell you from what little I know about the law, you're not going to fix that problem in St. Paul. That's a Washington problem.
Well, but
we're working on it.
I do want to, piggyback a little bit on what Jim says, because there's a lot of discussion about closing the achievement gap. And if people can remember that, children learn to read until 2nd grade, and then by 3rd grade, they're reading to learn. And so if you don't have a good reader, by the time they're in 3rd grade, they're always falling behind. And so if we really can focus our money on those early learners, I believe it's for every dollar we invest in early childhood education, we save 17 over the life of the child. I believe that's the number. So I think that's great. I think it's great that you're working on those programs together.
I love it. Scope's Perry preschool model from North Carolina. I love that. Just keeps coming up. You did it.
I just think it's great.
Thank you.
I'll
just say one thing. I think we all agree education is important at all levels, all the way up through higher ed. And I happen to be more involved with higher ed than I am at K-12, but I do serve on K-12 finance. Right now we've just been dealing with the agencies, and so it's hard to tell exactly where we're headed, and a lot of that will be determined by a budget finally when we get that set up. But when I include higher ed, the debt, that's what we're working on.
Yeah.
And making sure students come out of the K-12 system ready for college, The one thing that I notice, and I don't know what the reason is for this, but for those students or families that homeschool their kids, there's a remarkable amount of learning that goes on. And I suppose it's maybe the one-on-one or whatever it is. But you don't, I mean, they have a high success rate. And something is missing in the K-12 regular system. And I don't know what it is exactly, but we're missing some link in there. If we have this many that can't read and are having trouble after all the investment we've done over the years, and it doesn't seem to change this gap that we talk about all the time. So I'm just looking for that magic. What is that?
Well,
and I know part of it, if I just continue for a second, it's making sure the kids really want to be there and want to learn. If you can turn them on, because a lot of them get turned off quite early in life. This is very dull and boring. They'd rather be out in recess. So if you can figure out what it takes to get them excited about school or learning, I think that achievement gap would quickly start to go away. But we haven't found that magic yet.
Well, one of the things that we see, I represent a very diverse community with a lot of poverty. And one of the things that we see is if kids are worried about where they're going to sleep or where their next meal is going to come from or whether or not they're going to have a place to live, that they can't focus on learning. And so the high mobility rate, people moving around in my community, is from eviction from the apartments. And so if children don't know that their life is going to be stable, it's very, very difficult to focus on things that are a little more abstract.
So we have more of a parent problem than a kid's problem.
Sometimes it's about the economic ability, right? Having a job that pays well, that you can keep. And again, it gets back to the sick time, having time off to take care of your kids if your kids are sick. If you don't have any sick time and you have a low-wage job and you miss work, you get fired, you lose your apartment. There's many, many things that go into that. And so if we keep this real narrow view about what's working or not working in public schools, we end up blaming public schools for some other societal issues that are going on that we could go a long way to solve some of those issues. So I think our public schools do a great job. They don't get to pick and choose which students they take them all, and they work really hard to make certain that they are dealing with the child as a whole. We need more counselors in the school. We know that works. There are other things that we can do to make sure that those students are supported so they can succeed.
And you saw some great programs. You saw that was a response like More by 4 and Success by 6. Those initiatives came out of it. And, Bud, you're hitting on something on the interest-based thing. We found those studies to be in the birth to 3 thing. And anytime you're interested, that you have an interest in something, the ability to learn is greater. And what they've also seen is if those initial needs aren't being met, then there's not going to be an interest because, again, there's a warning factor in there. That's why you've seen some really good programs. Like in our backyard, Senator Abler, there's a great relationship between the Head Start, early Head Start folks, one of the private child care providers on Hanson Boulevard, and it's New Beginnings, I believe is what it's called, and then the Anoka-Hennepin School District, and they've actually working together on addressing those needs that Bud and Deborah are talking about, and you're seeing actual change happening within those kids and families. So there's some good examples out there. You guys are hitting both of them right on the head on what to go. So.
I think we've talked about it for a long time.
Absolutely.
So,
a couple more hours.
Yeah, we could.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, we could.
But we'll maybe get back to it. We are going to talk about higher ed before we're done tonight, I hope. But